From WPTV News Channel 5, it's Slay Your Day with TA.
Hi friends, it's TA. You know, I heard this little rumor from a friend that said we should be wearing sunscreen indoors even while we're quarantining. I was like, that doesn't seem legit. So I called Ellen Bauer. She's has a spa in North Palm Beach, and she did a Zoom session with me to give me 5 tips on how to keep our skin looking good while we're quarantining.
You have a message to get out that you should actually wash your hands before you wash your face. Why is that?
Sure. So it's funny, you don't think about these things when you wash your face. You put soap in your hands, you think, there we go. But
Yeah.
what you're really doing, if you think about, you wouldn't pick up a dirty washcloth and wash your face with it.
Yeah.
It is just better for cleaning anything to have a clean surface to clean it with. So washing your hands is, and especially now with all of the concern over things like the coronavirus, you really want to make sure that you're not inadvertently taking something that might be a virus and putting it on your face and close to your mouth. So in addition to being good for your skin, it is also good for your overall wellness and health to make sure you always wash your hands before you wash your face.
Awesome. That's a great tip because I don't think people would just intuitively think that. They think,
Yeah. It's a little counterintuitive, but after you say it, it's obvious.
now, is there a skin product you should use during this time that's, maybe has antioxidants, maybe like a sunblock together? What do you advise?
Sure. So, we actually have been doing a lot of virtual consults with our patients since we had to close doors like everybody else. And something we get asked a lot is, I'm a little concerned about stretching my product out to last for however long the quarantines last. And so one of the things that we have suggested is make sure, like if you're using one product, try and make sure that it has a rich set of antioxidants to help with your skin, but also sunscreen. People think that because they're spending most of their time indoors right now, that you don't need sunscreen, but the reality is you always need sunscreen because you're probably walking outside, you're going to be near windows, you have UV light, so you really want to not let your skin go during this time. You want to make sure that you're keeping up your routines as much as possible, and there's plenty of products out there like Neocutis has some Micro Day that does a very nice combination of antioxidants, growth factors, peptides, and sunscreen. But there's plenty out there that you can just look for that kind of combination or 2 products.
So you're saying to wear sunscreen inside?
Yeah, I think it's just,
wow.
Again, you think about a lot of people who have sun damage, you usually can tell it's on the side of the face that you drive your car, because you get more sun than you realize through a window. And so, really, we always recommend it is much better to be cautious. Now, if you're someone who's young and healthy and is not, prone to skin cancer or have any issues, you're probably fine. But it's always better to take the precaution. And if you are someone who has a lot of sun damage and perhaps may have had some issues, then it definitely is important to always have sunscreen on.
Like I notice my damage is right here because I wear this hat all the time. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, exactly.
The older we get, the more we start to see what the sun has done to us.
So, you brought up a good point earlier. You were saying during a quarantine, you don't exactly want to run out all the time. You want to be quarantined in your house. So is there a way to make your products last a little longer?
Absolutely. So what we like to recommend is you take, and I'll show you a little demonstration, take a pea size, so just, kind of a small, tiny amount.
Okay.
And instead of, most people just glob it on, but if you take a pea size and you just go forehead, nose, cheeks, and then just dab it, you can spread that small amount all over your entire face. So
I love that.
You can use less product by just strategically putting little dabs in the key areas, and then instead of wiping it, because you're wiping off some of the product when you do it that way, just lightly dab it all over your face, and you can use less but still get the same amount of benefit and coverage.
That's a fantastic tip, by the way. I would never have thought to do that. I would just be hands all over my face.
And most people think more is better. So,
right.
You really can still get benefit without, using half the bottle in each application.
Now if you're not eating right, because most of us are having combos or some kind of little snack that's just there because we all stocked up on stuff, your skin can take a hit, you're saying?
Absolutely. So, the reality is our body is a perfectly balanced machine. And when we are out of balance, it shows up in all sorts of places. So if you are not eating right, then it's going to reflect in your skin. So you need to be sure that you're getting vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E, because those are the things that are going to help with helping your skin stay smooth, helping the collagen, helping the texture of your skin. And when we don't, that's how people start to get breakouts, or if you're not getting enough water, you're dehydrated. So, and you can do this in the form of supplements. You can just look for foods that are rich in these types of vitamins. And really, most of the same vitamins that are helping to improve the look of your skin also are helping to improve your immunity. So you take something like vitamin C, that's incredibly good for your skin, but it also is very good for our immunity. So looking for foods that are rich in vitamin C, or taking supplements is really going to have a dual effect there. And there's a lot of people think of vitamin C as oranges because we're in Florida, but
Yeah.
the reality is there's a crazy amount of foods that are high in vitamin C. You could get hot peppers, red peppers, green peppers, all have more vitamin C than oranges. You have strawberries, kiwis, broccoli. There's just, so it's not hard to do, other than the fact that we all want comfort food.
Exactly. I mean, that's totally true. How has the coronavirus pandemic affected your business?
So like everyone, we have closed our doors. We're trying to honor the social distancing and ensure that, we're doing our part to make sure that the virus can start to be contained. But before we were closed, we had quite a few people who were coming to us for these types of things with respect to IV infusion. So people would come in and sit in our pure air bubble and or get an IV infusion to help boost those vitamins and ensure that they were, the strongest possible immunity to go into all of this craziness as healthy as possible.
And then I'm sure you're going to be really busy as soon as the ban or the quarantine is
Well, because
lifted.
I think that one thing this kind of teaches all of us is that we have to pay a little more attention to many things related to these types of illnesses. I mean, the flu and these things are always around, and there are ways for us to sort of be a little more conscious and healthy, and keeping those vitamins up and keeping our routines of washing hands up. And, as I said, I think the other thing is we've all been quarantined, and especially women, we will tend to be urgently wanting to get our aesthetics back in order to
Right.
to refresh our faces and our bodies when we're able to. So we're looking forward to having everyone back in the office and both relaxing and regenerating to get back to their old selves.
Well, I gotta say thank you for taking the time to talk to us this afternoon. I really appreciate it. And sorry I had to move the time an hour. The
Not a
breaking news.
problem.
So,
We
all
are
right.
all on, this crazy world and this crazy ride. So
Yep. I think a lot of bosses are going to realize they don't need the office space that they've been renting. And
I know it's going to really be interesting to see what the aftermath of all this really is. There's so many
yeah,
things I think that no one's thought through the long-term
yeah.
impact of it.
All right, guys, see you next time. Stay safe, stay sane, but most of all, stay healthy.